Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Michael the Ark here. We are back out here on Diablo 4 to slay some more demons. Smite that evil. So, right, they fixed that. They had an issue to where when you would change your weapon, it would not carry over the style to the next session, and it is doing it now. I need to go back up here. I need to put up my stuff. I came here so I could just have a nice, safe little place. But this is probably the busiest place you're ever going to be in the game. From what I can tell, there's more traffic here than any other place. So I'm going to stand out of the way here if I can. Stand here out of the way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start looking. So, for Fractured Peaks, I have finished everything. I don't have to grab these other things if I don't want to right now, but I'm going to later. So if I'm in a region that has all of this, I'm just going to move to my next region. So the dry steps are one I want to do. Hawazar is what I want to do as well, but I'm working on Ketchistan right now. So I want to continue working on this. I'm going to do side quests, as many side quests in all of these areas as I can. And I'm going to look for altars of Lilith while we're doing them. There's all of this stuff. Now, I don't know of a way to go back in and see if there's something that I've already done. For instance, if there's a quest I've already done. So, I mean, yeah. But, so for Ketchistan, there's actually something else here that I need to, a waypoint I need to do, and I need to do the strongholds. But we're going to try to do this stuff. But I want to get down what I have already got. That one has got. That one has got. So I've got all of the ones on that bottom. And then if we look up here, I've got that one. I've got that one. So that is really helpful because I can look and tell I have one right here. I have one right here. I've got one right here. And let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that I actually see on here. And if we look, there's 13 of them that we don't have. So I don't see one somewhere, or I didn't count it at least. But in doing this, I know just by looking at it, because on that map, it turns them this color instead of white. So that's really cool. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to head back over here. All right. There's actually going to be... There's actually... Oh, what the... Okay, I've already done that. There's... And I don't necessarily want to do this while on World Tier 3, but right here, and right here, and right here are... Now, this is the PvP zone. These places have... Oops, and right here are all Lilith statues that we could get. So it looks like there's a stronghold here, which I do have. I'm not sure where the other waypoint is for a stronghold. I think that it's got to be actually up in here. Anyway, we're gonna we're gonna try to find any quest that we can. Just head over here. I am going to give a well, what? Something bad had posted. So I'm looking here to see how many quests I have. I've got 19 to 20. I'm trying to make sure that I don't over pick quest. So we've actually got 3 here. We've got this one called On the Hunt. It's closer. Search for Daywood. And then we've got that one, the payment pass due. And then we've got that one there, corroding. Oh, that's in the dry steppes. So oh no. On the Hunt. All right, we're gonna go here. By the way, just so y'all know, I may pause this at any time today. My stomach is not feeling the best, and I have a sulfur taste in my mouth, and I don't know what caused it, but it is not pleasant. You know, I never really realized that the time in the game actually changed a lot, but it does. There are day and night cycles in the game, and there are more enemies at certain times of the day, it seems. Daywood or Dawood? I don't know. Hello? Oh my god. Oh, wait.
He hired an outsider to find?
I'm just gonna skip all of the conversation.
I'm not ready yet.
He's gone. Wherever he was, he's gone now. Well, there was a special enemy, and I was trying to get to him.
I need more time.
By the way, I changed my build. I am now using, instead of the regular corpse explosion, which I love, I am using a different one that puts blight on the ground, and in doing so, it changes some stuff. Just put it that way. It's more of a damage over time instead of a just one damage right that second. One time damage right that second. So if the reason I'm doing it is if they run into the area, then I can take them out that way. If they run in to attack me afterwards. Also, there's... Oh my gosh! Look, it's a giant. That's what was popping up on there. Holy mess! Now we got to get back down there. That thing was huge, y'all. Oh no, not the bells. Not the bells! So, if I have them in blight, and I have them with, I have them in blight, I have them doing certain things, accursed, and then I hit them with sever. Holy mess.
What is this?
This is why I am waiting to do, to pick up extra quests.
Come to join the pack. Murdering scum!
I need more time. Feed the crows, you bastards. Let's hope their friends find them rotting in the sun. It's time they feared the Iron Wolves again.
So they...
Report our victory to the captain. See you back in camp, eh?
They have changed it back to where the audio is now a different level again. So, also, I'm going to jump into here. We're going to do this, and then I'm going to show y'all something that I'm going to show you my build once I go back. I'm going to show you what I have done with it. And it really boosted it.
But now, I can't leave my friends here. Not like this.
We can't do it alone.
I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
Oh my gosh, I've killed all the adventurers? Good morning. How are you today?
need more time.
Me too. Wow, that was rough. When they put down their own blight, that's what really does me in. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all now. This is my tier 3 build that I'm going into. I'm going to go back to town. Hopefully I'm going back to the right place. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, we need to go up here. So anyway. Oh. So let me start off with, I was asked about this and why I done things a certain way. So I'm going to start off with my Book of the Dead and explain this. So I have Reapers with, they have a 15% chance of forming a corpse. I have my skeletal mages actually set to, each time your cold mages damages an enemy with their primary attack, you gain 2 essence. I thought I had this one, but I do have this one, and this is excellent. I do need to change that on my build, actually. There we go. All right. So the next one that I have, and this is what people are telling me they don't understand, but there's not a lot to not understand. So if you're going for corpses, this is a really good one here. Bone on the first node. And I liked that, but I discovered that if you go to Blood Golem and you go to While Healthy, your Blood Golem does 25 or gains 25% damage reduction and 50% increased damage. He is a wrecking ball. And all you got to do is run around and make sure that you keep everything alive, which I done a very bad job of in that last bit. That big boss come out and blighted the whole area or poisoned the whole area and everything died. So, Miss Pixie, it's not loading on my phone. I don't know. Okay. So so anyway, that's what I am going with, because I've tested all of this stuff, and I've tested this one here. Well, I haven't tested, I don't know which one of them it was. I didn't test, but this is so good for my build. It was the difference in me being able to do the lower end content and not being able to do it, was changing from this to this. So that's why I have the middle Blood Golem. As far as abilities, this is something that, you know, y'all can change however you want. There's two things that if you're geared for one thing, then it's good to have that one thing. If you're geared for another, it's good to have another. So Reap can be really good I haven't used it, but in theory, it could be really good for this. These two, no. They are no good for this at all. You want something that's doing shadow damage. So on the first two areas, you either want Reap or Decompose, and you either want Sever or Blight. It all depends on which way your gear drops. With Reap, I don't think that there are any special abilities, but with Decompose, and I had said this before, we need a funerary pick. Well, there is a funerary pick. It's not called that, but there is the ability to do the same thing that the funerary pick did with, it wasn't called Decompose back then. It was some other name in Diablo 2 or in Diablo 3, but what happens is it splits out among multiples if you're using it. I don't have it equipped right now, but if I had it equipped, what it would do is, instead of me being able to stand still and pull from one enemy from far away, I could actually pull from 3 enemies simultaneously far away. And it's really, really good when you get to doing that. You just got to learn that play style. You need to be able to force yourself to move and then be able to also stand still. So I have on my mouse, I have force move on this back button here, and I have force stand still on that front button there. And so if I need to, I will use those. I also have W on my keyboard, bind to force move. So, and I have shift. Shift is force stand still. So, but I have, right now I have Decompose, Enhanced Decompose, and Alkalites Decomposed. Now, you could also go to Initiates Decompose and you'll slow enemies, which would help, but I have another thing that's going to slow them anyway. I don't remember what it is, but I have something else that will slow them. So I want to go in and grab this one because they're going to do 10% increased damage who are being decomposed. Now, I'm not always going to be using that, so it's not really that big of a deal. But if you look here, it's Reap. You have to be right up on top of them, and you just swipe that, and it can get you killed a lot. Enhanced Reap is going to do decent, but what you would want to do is Alkalites Reap. If you do this one, you'll kill stuff, but if it's 5% or below, you'll immediately kill it. But with Alkalites Reap, then you're going to get extra corpses. So moving down, what I would do is 1 point into the main stuff that you're going to be using. So I went with Sever because of my gear, but if I didn't have the gear, or I had a little bit different, I would probably use Blight. So what I've got going on is Sever with Enhanced Sever and Supernatural Sever, and you could use Paranormal, so that every 4th cast a Sever is going to make them vulnerable. Okay, thank you for stopping by. So once you've got this, so enemies along the path, if it passes through them, they're damaged for 25% of the initial damage, which is 1722 to 2105. Well, that's what it would be on the next rank. So at rank 5, if you were to go with that, it would be pretty high. What I'm going to be putting stuff into is Corpse Explosion, and that's because I'll have a lot more damage doing that. But if you come over here to Blight, it does do less, but it leaves a defiled area. And that defiled area is where you're going to make your... It's basically that thing that the corpse explosion is doing, is leaving the blighted area. That I have it set up to do now. So that's another way to do that without having to... basically without having to explode those, so it still helps. So you could do supernatural blight, that would be great. And then paranormal blight is the one that I would go with, I think. No. So yeah, supernatural blight is the one I would go with. Yeah. So that's the way I would build that, is enhanced and then supernatural. And the same thing here, I went with supernatural on this one. Honestly, paranormal is, I'm going to say it's probably just as good. This is going to do 2% more damage for each minion you have. So you want to max out as many minions as you can with this. And I'll explain how I've got that going too. But huge flesh, at some point you want to go ahead and put in 3 into that, none into... Now you could do unliving energy and just put 1 into it, but there's really no room for that. And what is going to happen is that skill I showed you with the ice mages, that's going to be where you get your mana back from, or your essence back from. So when you move down to this one, you need to go right into corpse explosion. So 1 1 1 1 1 1, and I think that will bring you down here. Go into corpse explosion, enhanced, and you can do either. I like plagued a lot. If you can stun stuff or anything like that, or slow it, it absolutely is amazing on it. And that's like, you stun it, slow it, make it vulnerable, and all of those stack up, and you'll start just wiping out entire hordes of enemies really quickly. But with this, now, when you go for this, what happens is it puts that shadow damage, it gives you that explosion. It does give you an explosion at the start, a little bit of one. It doesn't do as much damage, but there's if you watch, there is an initial damage that happens, it seems. So over 6 seconds though, this is going to give you it's 132% of your damage that you're supposed to be doing. So it's really nice. You definitely want to go into Skeletal Warrior Mastery. Definitely want to, when you come down here, I prefer Iron Maiden, and I'll explain that in a minute. But you want to go into Skeletal Mage Mastery as well. I put 1 into Iron Maiden, 1 into Enhanced, and 1 into Abhorrent Iron Maiden. So this is where I get my health from, and how I get most of my health back. Now, I also like having Life on Kill added to my weapon in some way or another. So a two-handed scythe is really good for that. And I'm going to add something to my weapon to get that Life on Kill if I need to. But what this does is it curses the target area, and enemies afflicted by it take 11% damage each time they deal direct damage to you. So it's a thorn, basically, and it lasts for 10 seconds. I have had them literally, I'll curse them, they'll run up and they'll kill themselves just sometime. Enhanced Iron Maiden. This is where it gets good, and this is why I would wait until you had 2 points, really. But Iron Maiden no longer costs essence. Instead, you gain 5 essence for each enemy cursed and that's on the very first time that you curse them. So you go out here and you do all of your stuff, and then you curse them, and then you get all your stuff back. But I like to curse them first, so I'll curse them and then I'll run everything down if I need to, and then once I've done that, I'll gain all of my essence back. And that's another thing where I'm getting tons of essence back, is because of Iron Maiden. Then Abhorrent gives me 5% of my maximum life when an enemy dies that is afflicted with Iron Maiden. Now, you could go up here and do the thing to where you would actually buff their thorns damage against themselves to 15%, but I like to be healed, and that has saved me many times. So why not Decrepify? Well, Decrepify slows them, so that would be excellent for there's one of these. There's one of them. Is it this? Oh yeah, if you... All right. So anyway, if you chose this, the Decrepify, you need to go with Plague. Because that's really going to be the much better one in that instance. But they can also, they'll be slowed. They have a chance to be stunned. And then over here, they can, enemies hit while affected with Decrepify, which is really good, have a chance to reduce your active cooldowns by 1 second. If you're running an ultimate, Decrepify would be awesome. But when your minions hit an enemy affected with Decrepify below 10% life, they are instantly killed. That's also really cool. So if you could run both of them and have those, it would be super nice, but you just don't have that many points, unfortunately. And then I'm going to put as much as I can into Corpse Explosion when I get those extra few points. I've got 3 more points to get, and that's where I'm going to put them. So coming down here, I've got 1 into Necrotic Carapace, and that's just going to give me a little bit of fortification on my health. It helps a little bit. In this area here, Reaper's Pursuit, damaging enemies with darkness skills increases your movement by 15%, and you don't need that. You just need 1 point into that to get to the others, but it does help out some. Gloom, when you damage enemies with darkness skills, they take 6% increased shadow damage from you and your minions for 2 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So I believe that it turns out being like 18%, or it's either 18% for 2 seconds or it's 6% for 6 seconds. I don't exactly know, but if you have that maxed out, it works really good. I think they actually nerfed that. I don't think that's what it was. So then you have Crippling Darkness, and this is what I am doing for stun, is darkness skills have up to a 15% chance to stun enemies for 3 seconds. So that really helps. Over here, darkness skills deal 3% bonus damage to enemies who are slowed or who are stunned. And so if you're using something that is going to stun or slow more, this is actually going to be really good. I would take the points out of this and put them into this, the 2 points. Again, I only put 1 into that. Over here, I do have 3 into Golem Mastery because it's going to increase my life and damage of my Golem by 75%. It makes him a tank that hits like just, I mean, he hits like a freight train. So coming down here, let's see, I would like to put one into that and then one into that. So the way that I think I'm going to end up doing this, let's see, I think I have something extra somewhere. I don't know, but I think what I would do, and I might go ahead and do this, is take out the 2 out of that and put them into these 2. Let's see here. We have Inspiring Leader. After you've been healthy for 4 seconds, you and your minions gain attack speed, and you can get that up to 12. That's actually really good. Every 5 seconds, your skeletal priest's healing will heal your skeletons for an additional 40% of their maximum life. At max, it's 60%. And I really, really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and spec into that one. With my build right now, I don't need to go into that one. I just want to be in those 2. So with Inspiring Leader, that's really good. But Death's Defense, your minions cannot lose more than 30% of their maximum health. Now, this is on 3 with a single hit. So that really helps out a lot. Your minions deal 30% increased damage when you're close to them. This goes for if you're standing back with the mages, that goes for them too. If you're up there on the front lines with the bone warriors, that goes for them. If you're up there with the golem, goes for him. So that's really good. I'm going to go ahead and grab that and put it into that one. And so that means I still have 3 points. And I'm not going to go into that. But down here on the very bottom, I have Shadow Blight. Now, it is really good to have Kalen's Edict. But they're going to gain 15% attack speed, while you have, if you have 7 minions, that is doubled. So that's really good to have that. So with Shadow Blight though, shadow damage inflicts enemies with Shadow Blight for 2 seconds. You and your minions deal 10% bonus damage to enemies with Shadow Blight. So this is a permanent thing to where you're going to be doing, as I do my shadow damage and I put it on the ground and all of that, they're going to be getting 10% extra damage done to them. Every 10th time that an enemy receives shadow damage from you or your minions, while they are affected with Shadow Blight, they take an additional 22% of shadow damage. That's not going to happen all that much. I guess it does, but it's mainly for getting that extra 10% all the time. Now, this is really good, and I love this, but you have to make sure that you're not taking any damage for it to work, and that's where it falls short. If it just gave them 15% instead, or if it said while healthy, that would be much better. So, well, I guess it doesn't matter if you're healthy or whatever, but it does help. But in playing and testing with it, it goes there. So, or it's better to go with Shadow Blight, especially with the build that I have. So I'm going to look at my skill tree over here and tell y'all what I have done. So according to the one that I'm looking at, the way that I had built it out was that this skill only had one, the bottom three had one, that had 3 in it. And I had went 3 into that to get more essence. You don't need that extra essence really in the build, so the way that I'm doing it, you don't really need it. So now that I'm looking at it, that's going to actually open up 3 additional things for me. Yeah, and I have those maxed out, so I think that if we don't put them into that I might actually have them into Corpse Explosion. Yeah, that's what I have done, is I've got, according to this, I've got 5 in the Corpse Explosion, so where is it? Is it this? I might actually go ahead and take those 2 out. That's the same. All right, put them into that. And so that's going to massively up my damage. As far as Paragon goes, I don't know what the heck I'm doing with Paragon really, and I haven't really got into it much, but I am going for intelligence, damage, anything that's intelligence or damage, willpower, or maximum life. So, and you want to go for a blue node over a gray node and a yellow node over a blue node at any time you can. So I went up here and I went across here. What I'm going to do with this, I'm using for now, the wisdom glyph socket, and so what I'm going to do is that gives me 5 intelligence. I gain for every 5 intelligence. So 1, 2, that's going to give me 1% extra damage. And unfortunately, there's no others over here. And I know some of these you can level up, but this one is the only one I have. And I don't want to mess with that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and grab this one to get the extra intelligence and damage. And from there, I think you have to go here. So I guess I would like to have those, but honestly, it's just not something that's going to be good for me. So I'm going to go just straight up, go there, and then go out. I guess is how I'll do it. So, and I don't know where to go with these, so I have no clue how that's going to work. All right, let's do these 2 quests right quick.
He did.
And I'm just skipping all of these. I'm just simply getting them done. I don't care about what they're saying or any of that. So that's 2 quests down. I'm not going to pick up these quests up here. I am going to do that. That I don't need. Oh, that's a new one. Nice. Okay. This It's pretty good, but I'm not going to use it right now. So, all right. I've been live about 50 minutes. Give me a minute. I'm going to have to, I got to go check on something right quick. I didn't think about it before I started. So, I might be 3 or 4 minutes. I'll just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. My aunt cannot put up dishes out of our dishwasher up high in the cabinets, like where we have our plates and cups, and I have to put them up for. I'm not supposed to do a ton of stuff for her. I'm supposed to keep on her and make her do stuff.
Combine them again when I return.
But she if I don't put the stuff up, she'll sit there and not do anything all day long. All right.
Come back if you need the forge.
The doctor told me not to do anything specifically for her. That basically said, do not go and cook for her. Don't do this for her. Don't do that for her.
When is there...
I do have the open spots for these. All right. Oh. Okay. So we've got a quest over there. Might not be so good to do, but I want to do that one right quick. So anyway, I had to run and put the glasses and plates and stuff up for her. So she'll get up and do something today. We're gonna see if the changes I made. There we go. We're gonna see if these changes I made actually help or if they actually hurt us. If I start dying a lot more, we'll know that I need to go into some of these others again instead. I think that this is going to do better, but when you're just sort of theory crafting, you never know what is actually going to happen in the game. You're going off of data. Just because the data says something doesn't mean that's how it's actually going to work all the time. So I want to be able to heal them as fast as possible by popping those.
I'm not ready yet.
Come on, give me some baddies. So now we know where the next quest is at. That's why I've been trying to not pick up 20 at a time, and I shouldn't have. I dare say that this is doing pretty darn good.
I need help.
So if y'all can't figure out what is going on, try binding all of the emotes to your wheel and go from there to
What is this?
go from there and just do all of the emotes at a specific place sometimes, and it will eventually you'll pop up one that you need.
Thank you for bringing this to me.
So just like that, we got another one done. I love those quests like that. Okay. I want to start selling some stuff too. By the way, if you have anything that says imprint it like that does, you can't break it down again. So you'll have to find it again. So I didn't know that, or I would have never put that on something. Well, no, actually that's fine. It's on a level 50. But anything else that says imprint it like that one there, I'd have never put that on something below level 50 going into this. At level 50 is kind of like a break point, and that gear gets so much better. Want to heal up my people. lighten them up.
I'm not ready yet.
All right. So we done it, and it was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. That might be good to keep. Let's see, we're at 19 and 20.
Thank Akarat for you. To hell and back we. Just a supply run.
Find a ghost palm. Who's this? He's whipping my butt.
I'm not ready yet. There it is.
Get up here and get it. Get up here and get it and take it back to him really quick. His name is Majub. It just Majub. It reminds me if you were going to say I'm a noob.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. And y'all see, it just wiped out that entire group, besides that one. I don't know what is up with this darn nasty sulfur taste that I have. My gosh, it's horrible. It is absolutely horrendous. Ugh. I'm not sure what caused it either, and now maybe I might know. I don't know.
Ah, well done.
Hey. had... I don't know if... I don't know if I threw up while I was asleep or what happened, but we'll actually go up and do that one after I go over here. I don't know if that's what it was. I think that may have been what it was, but I'm not sure. Let's sell that.
All things have value, I suppose.
That actually might be really good for one of my other characters, so I'm going to hold on to that. I don't know that I can go this way. We'll have to see. So what's strange is on my build on here, it says, oh, never mind. I have one more I can put in on something on here. Okay. So maybe an extra one into fueled by death would do good, or just one unliving energy would be okay. I don't think I need unliving energy at all with my setup. I don't think it's a big deal. So I'm going to say Reaper's Pursuit should have 2 in it, whereas the other will just have 1. And consuming corpses will give me stuff back as well.
No, it can't be. Those bastards.
This is mine. I should never have left it.
So if you're wondering who your skeletal priest is, when you have a full horde and you raise one, that's your skeletal priest.
ready yet. I need more time.
I don't know what the heck I just got into, but something wasn't doing good for me. Oh, it went away. Take it. I'm tired of messing with them. That was pretty good. So I do want to do another Necromancer build, and I want it to be either some sort of Blood Knight or a Knight of Darkness, or maybe the Prince of Darkness. I don't know. So anyway, though, if I could do that and have it just a single, like a solo Necromancer, I think he's the one that would be really good as a knight, just like a sword and shield knight. that wasn't hard, especially with somebody else over here killing them too.
Akarat sent you to us. Oh, I wish...
This part of the game, for some reason, makes me think of Outriders. I've actually got to where I kind of want to play Outriders again.
Just need more ghost fun. That's all. Damn it! My arm! Burning hell, my arm! Bloody monsters! Where have they come from? Quickly! The safe house is in these ruins.
Okay.
Not again! Keep them away!
Ready.
It's fine. I can treat it. Let's just get to my safe house.
Oh no. He turning into a monster or something?
We made it. Ha! I just need one brief moment.
Uh-oh. I think he's going to explode into a... Okay. Barbed hairs pierced through Majub's skin, oozing bloody pus. The flesh around his wounds has wilted and peeled back, revealing a thick, leathery carapace underneath.
Please. I have gold. A lifetime of savings inside. I'll go in and prepare. Look through my chests. Find me the ghost palm. You can take whatever you want.
Okay. I guess that's okay. Any other gold up here?
Yes. Give it here. Now. To grind the petals. Ah! Oh, what? What is... Ah!
No!
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, poor Majube. Complete the unsafe quest line. Okay. Well, poor Majube got it. He got killed. All right, let's go down through here and let's see. Worth 8,000. Oh, and there's a ruby and a topaz. Okay. Wait. How many do I actually have now? 18. Okay. I gotta go get rid of all these gems. Oh. Well, I tell y'all what, looking at that map, I can tell you that there's no way I'm getting there from that direction, so.
Oh, this place reeks of rotten flesh.
What is this?
Tide is here. Oh no. Hey! Is this a town? It is! It's a town! Nice. Okay. Maybe we can find a way to get rid of some stuff then.
Guy is at it again. Disrupting our ancestors.
Of course he did. He never and if he's in the middle of a sale, don't interrupt him.
Okay. So how many do I have now? 18. I can take one. I'll come back to this area anyway, and
an ancient entity.
I'm actually going to go to Kievashad. It's just easier to do your business in Kievashad. I don't know what it is. It's just easier. Actually, I want to sell that stuff, so I've got 2 million.
Good fortune.
So you know, I have found that with all of the Diablo games, well, Diablo 3 and Diablo 4, I guess, I have a much better time in the starting town than any of the other towns. I don't understand why, but I really do. So, just so y'all know, this stream is going to be probably I'm not sure what time it's going to end, but I'll probably end and come back tonight at some point. My gosh. Oh, we're in the dry steeps now. Dry steps. Okay. So, wow, we're actually quite a bit away from that. 95, that means I need 9 altars, or we could do... Oh, we could do a stronghold and get that. You know what? Why don't we just do the strongholds? I'm doing side quests, but we could easily do stronghold. Wolf's Honor. All right, so there's a stronghold right here. Is this? Yes, it is. Okay. I'm probably going to die doing this. Strongholds are no joke. They're usually quite a bit higher level than you. Why am I missing health? Strongholds are no joke. In all honesty, we should just go back to my unspent cinders. What? Helltide has risen. I think that means it's gone away. And so they're... Oh, you can't... Do you lose them? I didn't know you lost them. That's bull. There's no way I can do Helltide right now then. How far away am I from this? Oh, it's right over here. Okay. All right. Let's go do it.
I need more time. What is this?
It's not going to help. Okay.
An antelope. I am so close. Be gone! No! You won't stop my research!
Subject 23. The plague of Alcanus was born from the dead of this city. Like all of the corpses here, 23's tissue appears flushed with the demonic ether. Still alive, in a sense, after decades of decay. If this vitality can be distilled, I may have found more than a cure.
What goes on here?
Destroy one of the product masses. Well, to destroy it, you've got to destroy the nodes. And then you got to come back here, I think. So, as far as I know, that's how it works. You have to destroy the nodes. And it looks like the nodes are all over. Those things. Okay.
She came back against the balance. I must destroy every shred of her work. We're not ready yet. I need more time.
the heck?
I'm not ready yet. I need more time.
Get out of there. What the heck? Just suddenly. That guy was no joke. Let's get that stuff back up. Oh, there's another boss over here.
I'm not ready yet.
Ooh, I tell you what, that was not good. Took a beating on that one. To get out of here, I'm stuck. Whoa, nope, 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 nope. I'm trying to heal him as much as I can. Turn to the lair of the witch. Oh my gosh. I love it. Who's shooting a fireball at me?
I need more time.
That guy right there, y'all. That guy. Fight him. It's very important to keep them alive.
Why? I'm so close.
There's no places to... Oh no, this is not good.
I'm not ready yet.
Not good at all. Give me some corpses.
I'm not ready yet.
got to be very careful with this. Try to get her over here. Got it.
Done. I need more time.
Ooh, all right. So what I done to kill her that was different, because these guys weren't really helping. What I done to kill her was I used my siphon decompose, and that allowed me to do what I needed to do. Got it. That should fix what I need to do. It's going to give me a skill point. There we go. So we've got to get okay, so when you're doing these, you really have to do the strongholds. You got to do all the side dungeons, you got to do the strongholds and the side quests and all the waypoints especially. Definitely also discover every area. That's the easiest one to really do. But we've done that. I'm good on that front. I don't need to do any of the other stuff right now for that one. That means that this area is now done. There's clearly something over in this area that I'm missing though. I'd like to know what it is and see if I can go over there and get some stuff. So that's a skill point for every character. Now, I don't know why, but on this builder that I'm using, they seem to think that there's an extra 2 skill points. And like I said, I have no clue why. Okay, let's go right this way. I got a skill point. All right. That means I'm going to have 2 more skill points coming in. As far as I can tell, everything is good. When you're bossing, it might be good to have an ultimate skill. Oh no. I know 2 of them supposed to go into that, so... You know what, though, this is kind of where I'm at with this, is that might not need those extra points. I might really need to put that into Sever, because there's not always corpses around, and I actually really need to have... Okay, I actually really need to have something like this as the main, I think, because even though that's got... Oh, okay, I see. It is down to the 1. With something like this for a boss, you're going to be doing a lot more damage with that, and that's still going to be doing quite a bit of damage, but that is something that will do bossing damage, I think. So might be a good way to try it. I don't know. I'd like to do the corpse explosion, but it definitely was not working on her very good. Okay, so I actually used the wrong thing there. Fine. I used corpse explosion on that one. Ooh, I've got really bad heartburn now, just suddenly. I don't know what's been going on with me. It was before I had some pizza. I made a pizza the other day, and I thought maybe that was doing it to start with. But in all honesty, I really think that it was something before that. I had heartburn before I ever started with the pizza, so I don't know. Weird.
Ready yet.
Okay, I didn't realize. There's a special enemy right there. Look at that health going down as I do that. Okay, I think I'm back up to 20. I am. Not trying to do this stuff, but I do need to go up in there. That's the dry steps? Okay. So I'm not loving it, to be honest. I like the damage, but I think I'd rather have it works about the same, honestly. And it just gives me a buff to that if I just was changing up my playstyle a little bit. It just seemed like I was taking more damage for some reason. How the heck do you do that?
I need more time. So one thing I'm wondering is, would it be better to just put those extra points into passives? Instead of pumping them into these for extra damage? I feel like I don't have a good boss, a good boss killer. Especially if there's no corpses around. Not while I'm in town.
What?
I don't understand why they...
Ma told me to run and not look back. Why didn't she run too?
I appreciate that. Well done. I could use some assistance.
It looks like it's broken off there. I don't understand.
Greetings. Don't go any further.
No.
Goodbye.
I don't know. That's just weird.
Follow me.
I'd already done that. Okay. I swear I thought I had already done that. What we need to do is go back to our main place. That actually opened up a lot more of this map for us as well. We don't need to be here anymore right now. I need to come back over here, get rid of my stuff, and plan for the next few areas. So we're going to go for renown 1 to 3 on each thing, unlocks 1 to 3 on each area, and then do 4 and 5 on each area. First off, I need to see if there's anything. We'll just go in here and see. There's that.
You can take what's left. It's about nicely.
Really, you don't get very much for those. Wow. Okay. Well, then I think I'm going to just sell them. None of these are anything that I actually really want. So I'm just going to... Oh, what about that? Sell value of 2.
Farewell, and good fortune.
I did not mean to do that. There we go. All right. I need to start using some of these. Use them at all times, really, I guess. Now, I will tell you, if you're fighting a Shaba, you need to use the one of the poison resistance. It tremendously helps. Okay, let me decipher what we're going to do. So I've got 19 quests. I don't really feel up to doing those right now. What is that? I don't even know. All right. Explore all of Fractured Peaks. That's pretty cool. I'd like to do that for all of them. We've done 104 of 473. If we look at classes, go to Necromancer. Picked up 10 blood orbs in 20 seconds. Killed 150 vulnerable enemies with critical strikes. So, okay. Unlock 2 legendary Paragon nodes as a Necromancer. Okay. Maintain Bone Storm for 20 seconds. But yeah, we got a lot of those to do. Crafting, I don't... Collect monster parts? I don't know what that's all about. Oh, we gotta collect 100 demon hearts, 100 pale tongues, and then 100 crushed bone beasts. That's going to be a long one. It gives us, okay, upgrade a piece of jewelry, upgrade a piece of armor to tier 5, upgrade a piece of jewelry to tier 5, and a weapon to tier 5. I've upgraded 5 of 100 items. I have not got Friend Rose, but I have Fiend Rose. I have got Angel Breath, though. Fiend Rose is something that you can only get in Helltide, or I think that's what it said. So I need to try to do Helltides, but I don't think my build is strong enough to even run through those areas yet. I literally was just getting decimated with like one hit when I tried it. All right, let's see here. I don't care about those. Let's go back and Codex of Power. We've got, these are all the Necromancer ones. And all right, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 22. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 27 more to get. Just guess I could have just done math, huh? It doesn't make any sense though. There's a lot of dungeons, and I guess I didn't realize that there were so many dungeons, but that's kind of wild. Okay, our next place that we need to go, that's good on Skosglen. Fractured Peaks is done. The Dry Steeps and Hawazar. So Hawazar is the one I think we're going to go to, and we're going to try to do strongholds. If we do all 3 strongholds in Hawazar, we might finish it up. But the problem is I don't see but one, and it's that one. Okay. So let's actually look here right quick. There is one right in here. There's one right here. And then there's this one. So, all right, we're just gonna go for it. I'm going to continue playing this. I had somebody ask me last night actually about it. So I'm going to continue playing this until July 2nd. When the event ends.
and that way y'all can have your drops. You can still have somebody playing it with... You can still have somebody playing it that you can go ahead and sub to or gift subs to for the mount if you want to, but I'm not going to play it constantly. Starting on the 20th, we're going to move to Call of the Wild for at least a few hours that day. I might actually play something else before then. I don't know. I'd really love to get Assassin's Creed done. But there's no way I'm going to get it done in time for any of this stuff. And I'm planning to do 100% planning to do the Final Fantasy 16 before I even go back to it. So that game is just, it's so long, it's almost impossible to finish on stream for me. I keep pressing the wrong button. I need to spend my oobles, whatever they're called. Okay. So anyway, definitely going to be playing on Call of the Wild, and going to be doing some other stuff. I've been thinking that what I would like to do is go back to Hotel Renovator and to...
What is this?
Go back to the other one too, Ship Graveyard, and actually finish those up.
Something rots this place.
Oh, no. Okay, I need to find where I'm going. That, oh my gosh, that's way over there. I done clicked right click 100 times and he would not get off the horse.
I need more time.
just picked up Golem and an Undaunted. Okay, this is a bad place for this. Although there's that one and that one. And so that's not going to be good for me. Is that rare? That's just damage. That means I need to get that one too. I don't know that I want to do that. What this is going to do is it's 2.5 damage plus 2 intelligence, so that actually works okay for me. So yeah, none of those are actually very good. For now, I think that's fine. That's the best one because I can find another board that's probably better for that other stuff.
That must be here for a reason. I should see if there are more like it.
It does appear the cultists learn to live among the snake men. They don't seem to cooperate in any way other than a mutually parasitic relationship. The cultists are directing the snake men's side. I still can't see it.
I'm stuck behind a wall.
Perhaps they're nurturing them soon. I'm going inside the lair to have a closer look. Eladin of Backwater.
You have my sword.
You have my sword.
Ready yet.
There's one more serpent's eye. I'm almost willing to bet that it's down here and I just didn't go that right way. Nope. Okay. I need to go get me some ice cream. Can't get in there? Down this way. Wait a minute, this is where we were just at. Okay. Oh, I'm over there putting stuff up under my golem. Why are you dying?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Open the serpent's door. Survive the cultist onslaught. This shouldn't be a problem. These are at level 54, but they're actually not hard.
I need more time.
And you watch, I'll die now that I said that.
I need more time.
So now technically 2 of those should boost up what I got going on. Well, 2 of them should boost my people back to full health. If I have full... And it takes about a second or 2 before it actually pops up, which is kind of weird. But it does do it. Oh. All right, we get to check a boss. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see why that does work. Very good. That boss really stood no chance at all against that. So I'm going to have to upgrade that. I don't know how the other one would do, but my gosh, that was awesome. All right, so now rekindle the Wanderer's Shrine. Where is it at?
I'm not ready yet.
Oh gosh! What the heck? That was must have been a lucky hit on their part. Good gosh. That about took me out.
I need more time.
There's an altar of Lilith here. Okay, it's actually right there. Stronghold done. Okay. That's another potion capacity for every character, so we're up to 8 now. And then if I... Oh, yeah, I've got to do 2 more strongholds. That'll put me within 200. And then we'll go for side dungeons maybe and side quests in this area. Let's do the side quest so we can get rid of some of them. Yeah, we actually... Let's go here first.
Forge is ready for whatever you need.
That's what I want. That's only a level 44, but yeah, that's what I want. I don't have that. I have that on another one that I'm going to break it down and put it on something. You know what? What if I break that one down, put it on what I have now? I mean, what I really, really want is to break down that shield and use it, but I need to find another one first. That's the problem, is I really need to find another one of those first.
I can break that down. There you are.
Just get rid of the stuff that way for now. I don't care about selling it. I really want that on my weapon, but I don't want to waste it.
I've got sharp, blunt, sinister.
I love the strongholds. I really do. I think they're so fun. I do like the challenge in Diablo. Most games, I've got to where I don't care about challenge at all. I just want to go through the story, experience the story. That's why I play on easy so much, is I just want to experience the story. But in Diablo, I do love going to the highest levels. Oh, we have one of them little freezes.
Oh, you shouldn't be touching things like this. Do you even know what this... I'll be fine. It begins with the scratch of a tiny...
All right. Let's see here. I've been on 2.5 hours. I'm thinking about taking a break, going to get some breakfast. I didn't eat anything this morning. We know that that's one of them there. So just go back here. We know that's one of them there. We'll go ahead and... Oh my gosh, apparently Timu... I don't think that's hers. Wait a minute. Wait. This says that there's like 7 quests here. Weird. Actually, you know what? We just need to go here.
Oh, in the mornings, I don't know what it is. I just don't feel very good. And it's like I'll get to playing. I really want to play. And so I want to stream while I'm playing if I can. But I'm not feeling good in the mornings. And then I have to wait till afternoon or something and I feel better. That's why I've been doing about 2 hours in the morning and taking a break.
An old Zakharoon monument. Looks abandoned.
I'm not ready.
The mistakes of my past will be paid in your blood, grave robber. Let our brothers rest.
It's locked. It's locked.
I don't have the item to do that. Y'all should heal up from that easily.
Diablo Immortal got an update. It's supposed to be pretty good today. I wish that there was a way I could link it to my phone, but unfortunately, when I started on, I didn't have a phone I could actually do it, the game on, so I couldn't do that. So now I would have to actually start a brand new account. I think that's just so stupid the way that they have got that going, to where you can link it. If you start on the phone, then you can link it, but if you start on PC, you can't link it. 'Cause I would actually probably try to download that and play it some every now and then at least. I think it would be worth it to get those there, but I don't know. I want to, I would like to get that as well, but I don't know. I don't think we went over here, so.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. What the heck is going on with this?
I lack the required essence.
Oh, thank you.
It should go back on. Yep, there we go. Okay. Crusaders Monument is down here. Oh, we got some stuff up here.
Right. Stop that right now. Why are these things over here? I should not have these things over here right now. I thought it would turn into a town kind of area like the others. Oh well. I don't know where the other one was. I think it was right there. Oh, maybe it. After this one, I might go on and cut off for a little bit and rest up a little. I'm getting tired. They're saying we're going to have some thunderstorms anyway, so I don't know. I might just reboot my computer, and because it looks like it's starting to kind of do a little bit of that freezing crap. You know what? I went the wrong way. I need to go back here and get rid of this stuff. I hate feeling old and not filling up to doing stuff just like 24 hours a day anymore. I tell y'all, sometimes it just absolutely gets to me. I want to do things, but then I literally, I don't feel like I can sometimes, you know. How did we get that? I don't need that.
I can break that down.
They have nerfed the how much you get for these things by like 10,000. And that's a level that is a level 52, and it is massively below what that is. And it should not be. I guess a sword would be okay, but
You can still use these.
Alright, so that's a sword, and it's a level 53, and it only has 667 damage. So I don't know.
compared to that thing I'm using, it's just none of that stuff is any good at all. I don't understand why it's so bad, but the one-handeds are just horrible.
Proper tools of vengeance. Have a look. That's a deal. Enjoy the swamp.
All right. Let's look right quick. We need 260. I can get 100. I can get 60 by doing 2 of those. And then I can do some of these and we'll get it. But I'm tired. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here because I'm hitting 3 hours now. And I'll come back later if I can. I might come back tonight if possible. But we'll go ahead and try to finish as much of this stuff as we can at that point. But I'm just really tired, so I gotta go get some food. Anyway, I will see y'all later. I hope y'all have a great day, and hopefully I'll be back and play some more for you.